Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy, and today we're going to look at another box from my deck collection. People asked, they said, hey, we want to see your deck collection. I said it's way too big. I can't do it all in one video, and so I've just been grabbing random boxes, short boxes, long boxes, from my collection and bringing them out. Typically, they're blind, right? I don't know what's inside. This one does say Dan and Dave, and I kind of want to assume that it does have Dan and Dave in it. So we will break it open and look inside, and I think that's your clue right there that this is a Dan and Dave box. Fulton's clip joint. Pretty much recognize all those ends, right? So I'm going to push these decks off to the side and we'll get started. All right, so you probably want to know what that thing was that was on the top of the deck. These are the Dan and Dave deck stays, and this is what it came in. There was these little metal things that you could snap off, and you'd stick them into the lining of your tuck case to kind of give it more support. And so they made these metal bars that basically went right there on the sides, and it kind of gave the deck some more rigidity. And then this was the leftover remnant. It was like, I guess, a bookmark. And I've just kept it, haven't gotten rid of it. Couldn't even tell you where I put the deck stays. I think I did it in a video when I reviewed this. I stuck them in a deck in a video. So let's get started. This isn't all of my Dan and Dave decks, by the way. I have way more than this. But this is just what was in the box. I really don't even know where to start. Let's start with MagicCon. I love this deck. This is the deck from MagicCon 2012, I believe. One way back because it has a star, right? And it has a white border. So you get that poker action happening. And it's got a really nice back design. I like this. And I think it's pretty standard. So this is more of a purple, the blacks. And the reds are kind of more of like a magenta color, like a light purple. And then the court cards are all drained of color. So they're just ghostly images. But I like simplicity. And so I like the MagicCon deck. It's one of my faves. I like it. So that is that. I know these came out in 2012. They might not have been. No, it says 2012. It says 2012 on the side. Fantastique playing cards. This was inspired by Eugene Robert Houdin. Illustrated by Sveta Dorsheva. Russian, sounds like, right? I guess. Or Polish. I don't know. Back design looks like that. Kind of like a moving image wheel. Flip book action. I think that there's there's flip book animations that happen within the back design, so that if you were to rifle through them, right, the wheels and things would spin, and then there's like a lady being sawed in half on the top. Blank card, some interesting Joker cards, Ace of Spades. Standard blacks. Court cards are standard, but they're recolored in silver. And then the reds are a silver metallic. Can you see that? Looks like that. So again, nice color theming. And you always got that, I think, with Dan and Dave. I was a huge Dan and Dave fan, so still am. This is the Stranger deck, right? It was the ultimate deck. Ultimate deck, Stranger and Stranger. That's right. One side says the marvels of the odd-minded await, and the other side says relish the experience of the bewildered. Ooh. It's got a little all-seeing eye there. It's got a little ambigram flip around there on the front and back. This was a very strange deck. Well, hence the name, right? Stranger and Stranger. Back design looks like that. Same as the tuck. And it's a black on black border. Okay. And then every single every single one of the faces on these cards is completely different. So each card is a work of art. So that's a card, but then so is that, right? You could never tell that these cards belonged in the same deck, right? If you looked at these, you would think that every single deck, every single card came from a different deck, which is what a stranger deck is, right? It's when you make a deck of cards that's comprised of 52 different decks. And so that is what you get with this one. This is probably more a collector's deck than anything else, right? It'd be too difficult to do magic or cardistry or flourishing with a deck like this. I don't know, what'd you think? Did you get this deck? Did you like it? Was it one of your favorites? Did you like the concept of it? Should they do it again? Drifters, born to roam, it says on the side. The journey is the destination. Buck Twins and Neighborhood Studios. Far from home, born to roam. Art of Play, Dan and Dave. Yep, red custom tuck seal. Back design looks like that. Big figure 8. I left a couple cards in the box. We can't have that. Back design. Figure 8, skull on top, skull on bottom, flowers in each corner. It's nice. I like it. It's a nice back. Nice white poker border. Joker card. And how far did I bury? Kind of a chocolate color for the black. And then the courts have a somewhat standard look, but they've all been redressed as cowboys. There's your red ace of diamonds. Still red. And of course, custom quartz. I like it. It's a nice Western deck. Western is a theme that decks get a lot just because of the nature of playing cards. Dan and Dave add card, Art of Play add card, Ace of Spades, second Joker, says Buck on it. Yep, all right. I'm just gonna stick it all messy back in the box because that's how I roll. That's how we do things. Antler. See, I'm positive I have 2 of these. There should be a different color, right? So, I don't know. Dan and Dave approved. Gentlemen playing cards. Of course, it's a Buck, right? Because they're Dan and Dave Buck Antler cards. Should have been a signature deck for the 2 of them. And done as a diptych, right? With a circle on top, a circle on the bottom. Got a nice action there. And I believe Dan and Dave is pretty much always kept with Bicycle as their printer because they recognize a quality manufacturer. There's your Jokers, Antler cards. Here's your Ace of Spades. Looks like that. Standard blacks, recolored and vintage style quartz. Pretty cool. Red's a darker red than typical. There's some more court cards for you. And that's that. And like I said, there was two colors for Antler. I think that wasn't the second one like a burgundy color, I want to say. This is another favorite of mine. This was the Gentleman decks. I think there was 2 of these also, but they weren't exactly the same. It says fine playing cards for gentlemen. Got a pattern, back design. This is more of a old school bachelor style, Playboy era style deck. This is bad luck is bad play on the tuck. Full poker back design. Full casino back. It's that same pattern. You get a buck as an extra card. You get a crossword puzzle card. You get a advertisement card. Kind of an orangey pink. Well, no, it's like a carrot orange for the red. Standard quartz, but you can't really see it on the camera, but they have like a cream backdrop and not white. So it looks more fun, sun faded, right? It looks more fun. It does. See, that was me crossing my F's and my S's. So again, not a full black. It's a really deep gray. So the whole deck has kind of like a feel like it got faded, but the colors are still sharp. Nice simple ace and your second joker. Got a lot left. Lots left. Lots to look at. This one, Memento Mori, it was Dan and Dave's version of Memento Mori. This is a cutaway right there. All black tuck case. Custom tuck seal. Back design is really simple. Just that red eye pattern there. And because the color goes all the way to the edge, you get like a red ink look on the side as well. So that's kind of cool. Jokers are a black and white skull. Looks like Harry Potter's skull. I don't know. And then the cards are all one-way quartz and very different, right? Each card is, again, unique. Got crossed blades there for one of the suits. Go through them. Here's a frog with a bunch of arrows in his back. Big, huge spider. So, big, huge fly. So then these are a fly suit. All the suits are flies. So you got flies, you got swords, you got pentacles for another suit, and feathers, looks like. So Memento Mori, Dan and Dave, Art of Play. What were the extra cards? That's just rare. Oh, just ad cards. Memento Mori means remember that you are mortal. Memento, remember. Mori, mortal, right? Remember that you are mortal. It was the phrase whispered to the Roman emperor when he was in a parade coming back from having won a battle. So when Rome would win a battle, the emperor would paint his face red and kind of cosplay that he was the god of war, right? And so he would come back as this god of war, and then people would shout, they would throw palm branches as a sign of victory, and it was this huge parade, and he would have a servant whisper in his ear the whole time, remember that you are mortal, so it didn't go to his head. Here is the Venture Onward deck. Behave. Yeah, behave or die? No. Be brave. Ha! Be brave or die. Playing cards. Art of Play. Dan and Dave. Playfair on the tuck flap there. Inside tuck flap has some decor. All the way inside. And back design is a one-way image. It says Venture Onward, and you got a little tent there. Got a How to Stay Alive in the Wilderness with only a playing card. And you have a little ad card from Bradley Mountain. Hand-drawn suits. So these are your spades. Black face, white ink. Okay, diamonds are the same too. So there's no differential between a black suit and a white suit. Your jack is a fox, wolf, jackal. Queen is a, what, hawk, eagle. King is a bear. And it's the same from suit to suit. So, yeah. Pretty much. Oh, and your ace, whoa, is a skeletal finger, because that says outdoors and camping, right? That seems like a missed opportunity. I don't know. Why'd you pick that as the graphic? Kind of has a camping feel, outdoorsy feel, right? And then the ace is a skeletal hand. That's what'll happen to you if you camp in the woods, kids. You'll turn into a skeleton. Tahoe. These are a standard brand, right? But Dan and Dave had these remade. So instead of Tahoe cards being cheap, like they normally are, they had them reprinted by Bicycle and had them kick butt. First edition, numbered, and it's the standard Tahoe back design, but now done on linen finish and standard Bicycle stock. So handle fantastically. Your jokers, you get a double backer, which is a red back, right? And a double that has a blue back, and then standard, right? It's going to be completely standard. There's not going to be anything surprising about this. Got your classic-y vintage quartz, a little bit thicker diamonds than normal. Where is the ace of spades? It's going to be at the bottom. Yep. Tahoe, ace of spades. I like it when Dan and Dave used to do this. Take an old deck that we all love, kind of redress it. I got some aristocrats from them as well that we're going to look at. Fulton's clip joints. One of my favorite Dan and Dave designers. Cambric 37. Is this the one that has the deck stays? Nope. Really love this back design. It's an owl theme. You can see the owl's face on the top and bottom, right? Beautiful. I love this back design. I love these cards. One pip has kind of like a stained glass window drawing look to it. Same with the reds. There's your joker. There's your ace of spades. There's your second joker. And your court cards have kind of a silver metallic to them. So this is a really great deck. Add card. It's one of my favorite Fulton decks. One of my favorite Dan and Dave decks. I really love, like I said, I really love the back design. Really love the simplicity and the usability of the deck, right? It's custom, but it's just custom enough that you could still use it for a lot of fun stuff. Fulton Halloween, I got a few of these. This one is the October deck from, does it say? Doesn't say. Illustrated by Stephen Noble. Designed by Brad Fulton. There's no year on it. I'm going to say it was one of the first, if not the first. It's got a little drawing on the inside. Back design is a diptych with a skull. Very thin poker border. Court cards are all spooky, custom skulls. Here's your ace. Black suits, very pointy. Red suits. Again, doesn't have a bright white background. Has kind of like that off-white cream so that it kind of feels aged, haunted. Same courts from suit to suit. Anything else interesting? Sure, Joker is a dancing skeleton, and then you get some advertisement cards, and that's it. I wish they did one of these every year. You know, did a Halloween deck every year. I would get a Halloween deck from Dan and Dave every year. Deck starter. This was a fun idea. So Kickstarter was doing really great, and at the height of it, Dan and Dave said, oh, we'll do our own Kickstarter and we'll call it Deck Starter, because so many decks of cards were being launched on Kickstarter. So they kind of made their own launch. It was deckstarter.com. What happens if you go to deckstarter.com right now? Is it still there? I wonder. I didn't bother to look. I could look after this. Very simple back design. This was really an ad deck to get you excited about the .com and the project. This says, what will your deck look like? This says, submit your deck design to deckstarter.com. Big, huge, fat, chunky ace pips. They're all upside down, because that's how I roll. Except for that one, which is a line drawing. Cool quartz, green with some lines behind them. And then the black suits are kind of like a gray. Not exactly silver. Gray color. So I like this deck. I do. It's cool. I think there's your jokers, little joker cap. Deckstarter.com. I don't know. When there's already an industry standard that everyone's using, like Kickstarter, to try to come up alongside that and make something brand new, and to get people to move from that to the new thing, that's a very hard thing to do. Aviator. Bum, bum, bum. Cambric finish, made in the USA. Dan and Dave. Abraham Garcia is your designer. Custom tech seal. Vintage looking box. Right? Another classic brand brought back to life. Big, huge propeller blade. Diptych circles there on the top and bottom. Back design, right? What do we got? We got an ad card for Dan and Dave and Bicycle. We got a Art of Play ad card. 2 original jokers, Aviator, and custom quartz with, like, it almost looks like money, right? How money has like the lines on the faces of the characters. It has that same look with the blue stripes going through. And then your Ace of Spades. Original font in the corner. That is not a standard USPCC font. Yep. That's a weird 3. That is a really... I leave all the mistakes in. I do. Just to prove that I'm a regular human being, just like everybody else who makes mistakes. I'm not going to edit out my mistakes. Instead, I embrace them. That's right. Steamboats, another vintage deck. I have original steamboats that I got from the grocery store. These are embossed tuck case. So another old deck that Dan and Dave reprinted. Really cool idea. See, their website was so cool back in the day. Blank deck, or blank card, the ad card, and original Steamboat Jokers. Steamboat 999, Ace of Spades. Off-white face again, to get that kind of vintage feel. Standard quartz, standard colors. Kind of a faded red for the red suits. And that should be it. Shouldn't be anything else. Steamboats. What was your favorite Dan and Dave reprint? I think mine is coming up. Aristocrats. There was a couple stories about these when they first came out. One of the stories was the decks inside are vintage and the tuck cases are new. I think that's the most recent, that they came across a bunch of Aristocrats and they found them in a warehouse. The tuck cases were all destroyed and worn out, but the decks inside were still good. And so they just had new tucks printed. That's what I heard. So there's your back design right there. says Aristocrat. Looks like a casino back, right? Looks like a casino deck of cards. That was a terrible flourish, by the way. Looks like I shuffled this deck and played with it, but everything's totally standard, right? Blacks are black, reds are red, courts are courts. There's your UPC card. What's this? I think this is just two cards that got stuck together. That's what happens when they stay in the box for so long. This is also proof that they're older, that they started to clump up. They stick together like that. Joker. And I keep my decks in a cool, dry place, right? So I keep them as best as I can. Let's see, anything else clumping up? Yeah. But the tuck aces on this, the tuck ace redesign was, and that big fat, look at that big fatty tongue flap. I love that. US regulation. Those are cool. Wheel, right? What were they called? DKNG. It says know when to hold them, know when to fold them on the side. Gold tuck seal. It's their version of the bicycle deck because it has the diptych, but it's not. It's a bicycle. So we'll do the blues this time because I don't ever give. This says shuffle and deal. I don't ever give blue the attention it deserves, right? Because there's your back design, right? Skull on top and bottom. Original layout. Black suits have a blue and silver, and red suits have a red and silver. Original font in each corner. Original court cards as well. Completely 100% custom deck. So let's find some extras. Here's the Ace of Clubs. Isn't it called Wheel or Red Wheel? I want to say that's what it's called. I forgot. Just says DKNG Studios. I know it has something to do with wheels. Where's my... Where are the jokers? There they are. Joker's a skull. Here's your add card. Second add card. And the second joker. I will find the title and make sure I post it on the screen. Whoa! 2 left. Again, another reprint. These are the fan backs, as you can see by the fans. This is one of my favorite things about Dan and Dave, really, is their love for the older classic decks. This is going to be pretty standard too. Nothing to write home about. Standard, right? Look at that. Completely standard deck. Standard courts, standard suits, right? It's just a fan back deck, but done as best as it could be done. That's the end of this box, but while I was doing this, I had an idea. Since this is Dan and Dave, I have some other Dan and Dave cards, but just not in a box. And so when would I get to them if I didn't do them right now? With the smoke and mirrors. Yep, I have 2 sets of smoke and mirrors. I think I have the V1s and the V2s, I want to say, because there was this set. I think these were their first original 2, right? And then these turned into those in the second set. So I want to say this is the second set and this is the first set. I'm not exactly sure because these also are still sealed, so I haven't opened those. And that looks like that. That looks like that. Well, they look the same. I don't know. I think it might just be two different sets that I have. So, how would I do this? Let's do this. So the original Smoke and Mirrors look like this. There's your black and white deck. Okay. And these came out, I want to say, without a box, right? They just came out like this when they were first released. I think I'm the one that put them in a box. At least for that set. I think I got an extra set. So there's your court cards. But then standard pips and indices. Standard red, standard black. And ace of spades looks like that. And let's see, is there any jokers in here? Gonna be on the bottom, right? Double backer, Dan and Dave jokers. This one's Dan, this one's Dave, by the way, if you didn't know. You're like, what? How can you tell? Aren't they twins? Of course. That was the rub. All right, let's look at these. Gosh, I love this set. I really, really, really love this set. And of this set, Denim Blue, this is one of my all-time favorite decks ever. Just because, well, it's got a D on it, right? And my name's David. Duh. But I love that color. Love the signature D&D. Love just the look of the deck itself. It's a standard deck, right? Kind of a metallic blue joker. Metallic blues in the courts. Ace of spades. Totally awesome. And instead of red, you get blue for the red suit. And then that's going to follow every single deck. So with the green deck, you're going to get the same thing. So olive color, right? You get an olive theme in the courts. They kind of had olive look to them. And then that olive green is the red. And each one of these colors had a name. So like I said, that green was, or I said blue was Denim. They each had like a name on them, but I don't think the names are on the boxes. You'd have to actually know. Cy Scott was the artist on these. Look at that red color. So pretty. And you can see that these are all shuffled up, like, because I played with them, right? So obviously red is going to be red in a red deck, right? And then silver, this they even released as a standalone. You could buy a whole half box of just silver. And I did that once. Look at that back design. It's all silver. And then you get silver suits for red, silver courts. I mean, this was probably my second favorite in this set. So pretty. And then their second version of the black and whites, silver metallic inside. Back design. Cream faces. Vintage courts. Red suits. So yeah, D&D courts are jokers, right? And then the white. Back design looks like that. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. Did you pick up smoke and mirrors? Those are my smoke and mirrors sets. Like I said, these three are still unopened. I have a green, a blue, and a red. Still unopened. I think this silver, oh, this silver is unopened too. So maybe that's what this is. Yeah, it's just my unopens. Two boxes of smoke and mirrors. Just my closing thoughts. Like I said, back when Dan and Dave first came out, they were instrumental in my channel. Not because they helped or anything, but just because they provided a lot of good magic and a lot of good playing cards back in the day. They have some of the finest magic instruction on flourishing, some of the finest magic instruction on magic, some of the most beautiful magic DVDs ever produced, and like I was just showing you, some of the best cards ever produced. Their technical skill is beyond. They're instrumental in setting up just new ways for magicians to meet, to talk, to do conventions. They are absolutely two of my very favorite creators, both in magic and cardistry, playing cards, you name it. They're so nice. They're so friendly. They're great guys. I can't say enough great things about Dan and Dave Buck. And I've done a bunch of reviews for them. Check those out. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.